What's up, tribe? Hold on, y'all. Hold on a quick second. Hey, everybody. Hey. So, what's up, Tracy? Hey, Bilo. What's up, Yana? Hey, China White. Oh my gosh, y'all. I might have to. Oh shoot. Y'all might have to give me a second. I just got some breaking news. Hold on. I just got some breaking news. Monique and Chris Samuels announced that they are separating. I just got it. Tracy, I literally just picked up my phone. See, y'all saw it before I did. I literally was like, you saw me? I was like, I know. Listen, I know people who know them, but that ain't their friends, so they ain't gonna tell me that kind of stuff. They'll tell me if Karen was getting a divorce, but they ain't gonna tell me Monique and Chris because they're like legit friends with Monique. They wouldn't have told me that. Now, if I call them right now, they might give me some tea, but I'm not gonna do that because I feel like we saw it on the show. Like I don't really feel like I feel like we saw it on the show. Did we not see it on the show? On Potomac and on Love and Marriage DC. I had people in DMV Street. Child. Mm. Mm. Y'all might have to give me a second. So this is not a members only live, but it is a members only chat. So hi to my members that are dropping down in the chat. So no disrespect, y'all. To anybody who's in here, I love all my subscribers, but membership has its privileges. So this is a members only, it's a story time, and it's a members only chat. And shout out to all my members, all of my members. Normally I do like just a private live, but honestly, I didn't want to tell this story twice, and I wanted to tell everybody the story. And so that's why I decided to do it this way. This is the first time I did it I did it like this by accident one time. This is my first time doing it on purpose. Hold on. We're gonna get started in a second. Y'all got to give me a second because I have to. Y'all got to give me a quick second. What's up, Fifi? Yeah, I do have people in them DMV streets, but baby, this one I ain't getting no heads up on this one. And again, even if I had gotten a heads up, I probably wouldn't have been able to say nothing until they announced it. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, give me a quick second, y'all. Give me like, for real, it's only gonna take like a minute. I got to do a quick drop real quick, and then we're gonna talk all about my weekend in New York last weekend. Yana, don't be siding with Tracy. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But honestly, can y'all? I mean, like honestly, can y'all honestly say that y'all didn't see this coming? Can y'all honestly say y'all didn't see this coming? Like really? All right, y'all. Give me 2 minutes for real. It's only gonna take me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. I'm too busy watching Broadway. Don't listen, Tracy. Don't do me. Oh, y'all are terrible. What's up, Miss Bay thing? Hold on. All right, I'm back. I don't. I was waiting for my DMV insider really be to give me the inside. Well, I didn't get that inside scoop, child. That scoop was gone. Monique and Chris Samuels announced that they are divorcing. Well, they actually announced that they're separating. Now they live in Maryland. Maryland used to have that law where you had to you had to separate for a year before you divorce, but I was told that Maryland got rid of that. So they did announce that they're separating, but I don't know. Maybe they'll be able to make it happen. Maybe they'll be able to make it work. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna keep them positive thoughts, though. We're gonna keep positive thoughts. So let's get into this. What's today? The 16th. Ashley and Monique both getting divorced in 2023. Listen, y'all keep believing Ashley getting divorced. I don't believe Ashley getting no divorce personally. And if she does, it ain't happening no time soon. Ashley is in no rush to get divorced, and Mike ain't in no rush to get divorced. Neither one of them are in any rush, child. They're in no rush. So last weekend, I went to New York for the weekend to catch two Broadway shows. And we have been so when we were in New York the last time, back in what was that, April? I believe we went to New York to see Paradise Square. And I went with two of my friends from college. Went to see Paradise Square, and while we were there, I remember we read an article, or we found out, or we were talking about. I don't remember the exact way it went down. The fact that Samuel Jackson and LaTanya Jackson were bringing the piano lesson back to Broadway. Now, this is an August Wilson play. It has been on Broadway before. It wasn't its first time on Broadway, but they were bringing it back to Broadway. But this was going to be the first time that it was going to be directed by a Black woman. So the Tanya Jackson, Sam Jackson's wife, actually directed the play. It was starring Sam Jackson, Danielle Brooks, and John David Washington, who was Denzel Washington's son. It also had Troy Myers in it, who was from Empire. And congratulations to Troy and his wife. He married Kitty Boo Boo from what did Cookie call her? Kitty Boo Boo from Empire. They got married while they were doing the show. They fell in love doing the show. They got married, and so she is now expecting their first child. So congratulations to them. But we found out that was happening. And so we said we wanted to come back for it. Like, I was like, shoot, I want to see that. I want to come back. Now, I've seen the piano lesson, but I've never seen it live. I saw like a taped version of the piano lesson, which was done back in like the 80s, that had not Rock Dunbar, the guy that played Rock. I think it was Rock Dunbar. I think that's not sounding right to me. Charles Dutton. Rock Dunbar is the guy that played his son. His brother. Charles Dutton. And so I've seen that, but I've never actually seen it on Broadway. And so I was excited. I was looking forward to it, and I was excited. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all no lie. It got to the point where I kind of was like, ooh, because I had been moving around so much that I was like, ooh, do I really still feel like going to see this play? But I was like, girl, you done already paid your money. You gonna go see this play, okay? You done already paid your money. So so that's what we did. That's what we did. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to multitask. Y'all gonna get my full attention in 2 seconds. Y'all gonna have my full attention in 2 seconds. I'm really trying to multitask here. YouTube be really playing games, y'all. YouTube really be playing games with me. Oh Lord. All right. So that's how it came to be, right? Now my girlfriend Didi, her daughter Kayla is the one that is in was in Paradise Square, and she was the one that was like, "Listen, I saw this great play while I was here. You know, like it's a great play playing. Y'all need to go see it while y'all are in town." And it was called Top Dog Underdog. Now, what I did not realize is that this is an old play that had been done before. It actually had been done about 10 years ago, and Don Cheadle actually starred in it. But I didn't know that. I thought that this was like a new play or something. So I'm going to tell you guys about both plays, and I'm gonna show y'all some pictures and stuff like that. Now my members have seen some of these pictures already because I posted pictures Sunday for members only. So some of my members have already seen these pictures. Um, but let me get to the chat. Y'all give me one more second and I'm done. I'm trying to post that. I'm trying to post a video at the same time I'm doing this. I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy, but I love y'all. I could not do a quick drop about that. Like, I mean, I don't, I'm not happy to see that they're separating, but I had to do a video on it. I just had to. I had to. All right, y'all have my full attention now. Okay. You never seen The Piano Man. My older sister did. What's it about? How was it overall? Right. I don't think Ashley and Michael will divorce either. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all all about it. I'm going to tell y'all about The Piano Man. I'm going to tell you what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, whether I would recommend you go see it. I'm going to do the same thing for Top Dog Underdog. So we had a matinee for piano lesson. So we went to see the piano lesson first, and then we went to dinner, and then we went back at 8 o'clock for Top Dog Underdog. So this is a picture of the three of us in front of the theater, get ready to go in to see the piano player. The piano lesson. The young lady in the middle is my friend Leandra. We went to college together, and that is Dee Dee. We went to college together. So these are my Bennett sisters. The person on the left, Dee Dee, her daughter is the one that was in Paradise Square that we went to go see in Paradise Square, right? So that's her daughter. So first, we met up for breakfast, and that was my breakfast. That it does. We went to Dos Camigos, Casamigos, Dos Camigos, Dos Caminos. Lord, I can remember the name of the place. We went to Dos Caminos. And the food was so good. They had a brunch menu. So you see, we have our mimosas. And that is the Tres Leche pancakes. They were so good. Y'all, they were so good. Okay. Yes. My greedy ass had to tell y'all what I had to eat. Okay. And that's us, again, that's us. That's the marquee in front of the theater. So you see that's Danielle Brooks, although I do not think that's a great picture of her. The lighting, the makeup, I don't think that's a great picture of her. Anyway, that's John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. And you can't. Sam Jackson was all the way to the left, like it cut him off the picture. And they were rushing us. So I'm going to tell you about that in a minute, okay? And then these are some of the other people that were in the show. That's the set of the show. You see, that's the set. And let me tell you this. Before I forget, the set design was absolutely awesome. I don't want to tell y'all too much because I don't want to give away anything in the play, but the last 5 minutes of the play, the last 5 minutes of the play, what they do with that set and the way they illustrate the way the play ended, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know if Candy gonna get, because Candy is actually an executive producer. Y'all know Candy said she want her EGOT child. She want a Tony. Now I don't know if Candy gonna win a Tony for like acting or original, and that doesn't mean that the acting was bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, Broadway is Broadway, right? But that set design and the way they incorporated the story with that set design I thought it was absolutely awesome. Now, getting to the theater, let me say this: Candy, Sam Jackson, John David, Danielle Brooks, LaTanya, whoever else is listening, let me tell y'all this. First of all, let me complain a little bit. I'm gonna complain a little bit. The show originally was gonna be in a different theater. They had to move it to a bigger theater, but we got an email saying, hey, don't worry about your tickets. It automatically will convert over. So the tickets y'all have, y'all seats will be the same seats and everything is going to be fine. All right. We didn't think nothing of it. We get there and they were like, no, y'all got to go to the box office and get new tickets. That ain't what y'all told us, because we would have got here earlier if we knew we had to get back in line. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal. Even though they was rushing, I had to rush to the bathroom. They literally were I wasn't even in my seat yet before they started to play. I said, well, damn. But I mean, I know that they have to start at a certain time, especially since we had a matinee. But when you have people with ticket issues because of y'all changing theaters, y'all need to give people a few more minutes to get their stuff together. Anyway, that's just me complaining. But I'm going to complain about this too. The security that y'all have, y'all need to get new security. They was doing too much. They were real extra and they were rude. And it was unnecessary. They were rude. They were like, let's go. Come on. All right. Watch your step. Move. They were rude, y'all. I was like, and I even told him, I said, you don't have to be that rude, sir. Like, it's okay. And he didn't acknowledge what I said to him, but I know he fucking heard. Ooh, excuse me. But I know he heard me. But it was rude. He was rude. And it was unnecessarily rude. Anyway, so we go in. Now, let me say this. Our tickets were during the grand opening was technically this weekend. So last weekend, the shows were still what they call during the, not rehearsal stage, because it wasn't rehearsal. It's, review stage. And that's when basically media comes and family and friends. And I mean, anybody can buy a ticket. It's open, but that's generally when you get a lot of the media that come to do, so they can write their reviews and stuff like that. And sometimes during that phase, they might change a few things here or there. They're not going to change any, they're probably not going to change dialogue and major storylines. For this one, they're not going to do it anyway because it's based on the actual play. But if it were an original play where you could kind of play around with stuff and people not know you changed anything around. But so technically the play didn't open until this weekend. And you saw pictures of Candy and her family at the grand opening this weekend. Is that what they call the grand opening? I don't know if that's a proper term or not. Anyway, so the play was really good. The play itself was really, really good. I'm going to say, for me, I love Danielle Brooks. I absolutely love Danielle Brooks, excuse me. But I honestly think that she was stronger in The Color Purple. But I'm going to say I think that she had a stronger performance in The Color Purple because the dialogue was so much, her role and the dialogue was so much heavier. Like this was like the story was serious, but there was a lot of comedy in it. There was a lot of comic relief in the play. Sam Jackson is hilarious from the minute he show up on the stage. He's hilarious in every scene he plays in. He is absolutely hilarious. John David Washington is good. And when I tell you he sounds just like his damn father, listen, if you closed your eyes, you would swear that was Denzel Washington on that stage. He sound like his damn daddy. And he even I even saw a sound bite where he said that, he just embraces it because he was like, people tell me I sound like my father. There's nothing I could do about that. That's my dad. I can't change my voice. But he sounds, now I don't think his mannerisms are like his father. Like if his father were playing that role, I believe that there would be things that his father would do that would be different. So I don't think he has his father's mannerisms, but he absolutely sounds like his daddy. He sounds like his daddy. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 9. I thought it was really good. Would I go see it again? I actually want to see it again. I want to see it again because you miss stuff. Because so the piano lesson, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. I'm just going to give you a brief overview. The piano lesson deals with, it takes place, I guess like the setting is probably like the 1940s, 1930s, 1940s, Pittsburgh. I don't think it made it, honestly, Tracy, it didn't do anything for me one way or the other. Like it didn't make it better or worse to me one way or the other, honestly. You know what I mean? Like it didn't sway me either way to be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Honestly, it didn't. I'm going to tell you, I think that if I'm being honest and I'm being fair, because I stopped after Danielle Brooks. I said Sam Jackson, Danielle Brooks, John Washington, John David. I don't know if he was nervous, but I think there were a few times that I think he lost his lines. But it wasn't obvious to the point where you had to be like, damn. It was just kind of one of those things where after it was over, me and my friends were talking and we were like, I think a couple of times he might have lost his place or lost his lines. But I don't know if it was being nervous or just, sometimes people just have an off day or something. But his overall performance was great. Like his overall performance was great. Again, it wasn't to the point where it was distracting. It wasn't to the point where I was like, damn, why don't he get his shit together? You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It wasn't distracting or anything like that. So, yeah. So the overall story is, like I said, its setting is like the 1930s, 1940s Pittsburgh. Danielle Brooks, is like, she's, her brother comes, her family were originally from the South. She moved up to Pittsburgh with her uncle and her daughter. The brother, so the play starts with the brother surprising them, and showing up, and you could tell that their relationship is not the best, her brother and her, and they're kind of at each other's throats from the word go. And we find out that the reason why they're sort of at each other's throats is because of this piano, this family heirloom piano. And the brother wants to get rid of the piano, and John David Washington plays the brother, and Danielle Brooks doesn't want to get rid of the piano. And through the story, we find out what is important about the piano, what's the significance about the piano, the story that comes with the piano. It's a very heavy story that comes with the piano, and you see how they end up maneuvering as a family through this let's get rid of it, let's not get rid of it, it means so much, but it's evil, that kind of thing. And so Sam Jackson plays the uncle. Another guy plays another uncle who shows up. Danielle Brooks has a daughter, so it's a little girl in the play. John David Washington has a sidekick, like the guy that he drove up to Pittsburgh with. And then there's a woman that, hell, both of them end up dating her. John Washington and the other guy. So it's a great story. It is a really, really good story. It's really deep. It's heavy at parts, but there's a lot of comic relief so that it's not like Color Purple heavy where you like, damn, you know what I mean? But there's some, especially when they get to the story of the piano, there's some heavy parts to it. It's got a couple of Danielle Brooks doesn't really do a lot of singing. I think she has one part where she sings. Yeah. I think she has one part where she sings. So yeah. So it was good though. Like I said, scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 9. And I'd really, like I said, I actually want to see it again. And I may go see it again when if it's still running, when I go up there. Because Dee Dee's daughter she's in a new show. And we're gonna probably go up there to see that. But I'm not going back. I'm not going up to New York till after. It'll be 2023 sometime. So if it's still playing, when I go back up there in 2023, I may get tickets. If the tickets aren't ridiculously expensive, I may go get tickets. But it was sold out. The show was sold out. The theater was packed. A lot of Black folk. Listen. My people. I just have a PSA for my people. And now I'm so serious when I say this. I'm really, really, really serious for my people. This is my PSA. Can we please start acting like we've been somewhere before? Y'all know what proper etiquette is in the theater. And if you don't know what proper etiquette is, please Google it before you leave and go to the theater. Okay? If you are going to eat candy that rustles, take it out the wrapping before the show starts, okay? You know you can't be videotaping and taking pictures, okay? And please do not be having whole conversations while the people are on the stage. It's rude and distracting. Now, come on, y'all. I'm all for us supporting us. I'm all for the Black folk flooding the theater, going to see Sam Jackson and Danielle Brooks and all of that. I'm here for it. Like, I am here for it. But can we please act like we've been somewhere before? Y'all gotta stop. And then the white lady almost got her ass beat because the white lady gonna yell at the lady it was some people talking, and the white lady gonna yell at something. Oh my gosh, all this talking. Baby, when I tell you, I just sat back like that because I was like, oh, it's about to be a pro. I just knew. I feel like if we was at a movie theater, it probably would have been a fight. But I think them people that she was talking to, I feel like they didn't act up because the play literally was in the middle of, like, the play was actually going. And I feel like they was like, okay, we're not gonna cuss these people out. But I feel like they wanted you to. Really, be you asking for a lot. Most people don't know proper church etiquette, so theater etiquette is a stretch. And don't get me wrong, I wanted them to shut up too. I just wasn't about to yell it. I don't know them people. But baby, white girl was like, oh my gosh, the talking. I said, because she was on my row. And the people was like it was like 2 rows in front of me, baby. She said that. I said, I was just waiting. I said, this shit about to pop off up in here. I waited, honey. I just waited for that. I was like, I waited for that thing to happen. Child. Whoo, child. But it was good. It was really, really good, like I said. And then we left there. And we had time to kill because, like I said, our next show was at 8:00, and it was only a couple of blocks away from the theater where we went to see that. We tried to wait around after the show to see if they would come out. They didn't come out because, again, we went to the matinee, so they literally had another show in less than 2 hours. So I didn't really think they would leave. Sam Jackson's wife left. And when she came out, by the time we recognized it was her, I was like, damn, we couldn't get a picture. Because when she came out, we were like, is that her? And then by the time we were like, that is her. Child, she was across the street. Because she went over to the restaurant across the street. And I don't know if she was sitting down to eat or she was getting to go. And then like the DoorDash or the Uber Eats dude showed up. And once I saw that, I said, oh, they ain't going nowhere. They just got food delivered. Even though it could have been anybody backstage getting food delivered. But I was like, child, they got less than 2 hours. If they ain't came out by now to go get them something to eat, then they ain't coming out. And that's just, the theater was, I was at the Barrymore Theater, which is the same theater where Paradise Square was. And Dee Dee's daughter told us that the restaurant across the street, I forgot what it was called. She said that's probably where she said if they leave to go eat, that's probably where they're going to go because it's literally right across the street. And it's sort of high end, so they can kind of make sure that, you know, people don't bother them or whatever. Like, it ain't like an Applebee's where anybody just be walking up off the street. But when they didn't come out in enough time for them to eat and let their food digest, I said, yeah, they chilling. And like I said, Sam Jackson's wife, she just looked, you know, she didn't come out dressed up like I'm Sam Jackson's wife. Like, she came out dressed like people be dressed at work. You know what I mean? She's the director. So, you know, she had on like some, you know, like some black jeans. She had her hair up and like a, I don't know if it was like a ponytail, but she had like a head wrap and then her hair was coming out the, you know, out the head wrap. She had on some glasses with like some real cute frames and a jacket. But it was, like I said, it was one of those things where you were like, that looked like, is that her? Damn, it was. And then she was gone. So we left there and then we went over to my girlfriend Dee Dee was like, we gotta go to Krispy Kreme. So we went over to Krispy Kreme, child, and got some coffee and a donut. And I took a picture of this because these were their Big Apple donuts. Child, these donuts was $20. I don't know what the hell Krispy Kreme had in that apple for $20. Because I started to get one because I said, oh, I'm a teacher. Oh, it's an apple, blah, blah, blah. But when I saw $19.99, I said, that's okay. They can keep that because I don't want no parts of no donut for $19.99. I don't need nothing I don't need it. Not for $19.99. I'm good. I was like, I'm good. I don't need no $19.99 donut. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to show that one yet. Okay. So, and this is the playbill. This is the playbill. You see, mine is beat up, child. It's beat up because it was in my purse, and then I actually got a ticket for it because remember I told you they had to actually cash us in and get a ticket, you know, because we actually had like just the thing on our phones for them to scan it off our phone, but when they had to actually give us a new ticket, so I actually have an actual ticket. So I have that. So then we went to dinner. We went over, child. We just walked over to the Olive Garden, child. We didn't do nothing exotic. We went to the Olive Garden, and our waiter was really cool. Kayla came over and hung out with us. The Dee Dee's daughter. She came and had dinner with us, and you know, she told us about her new show. She's the understudy for everybody. So she was saying that it's the most challenging show she's ever done because it's the first time that she's pretty much can be plugged in anywhere. So she has to learn everybody's lines, and it's a musical. So she has to learn everybody's music, everybody's dance routine. So she said it's the most challenging, but she's definitely excited and looking forward to it. You know, she actually went on the lead in Paradise Square twice because she was the understudy for the leads of Paradise Square. So she went in twice. So I said, girl, you know you're going to probably be the lead at some point in time before it's over with, child. So, yeah. So then we left there and we went over to see Top Dog Underdog. And this is a 2-man play. You can see it's a 2-man play. One of the guys in it is the guy that played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. Y'all, maybe because I didn't know what to expect with this. This was so good. It was so deep and heavy. It's heavy as hell. If you go to New York, I recommend you go see it. It's a limited engagement. It's not going to be there long, but if you are in New York, I absolutely recommend this. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to say I recommend this higher than I recommend the piano lesson. And not because the piano lesson was bad, but because this right here, baby, is heavy. We actually got the pleasure of meeting the writer, the original writer of the play. And it's funny, we just happened to run into her while we were standing out front, getting ready to, go into the theater. And actually, I had to give credit to my friend Leandra. She was the one that recognized her. That is the writer of the. Oh no, that ain't the picture. I'm going to show y'all the crop picture, child. Y'all don't need to see my belly. Okay, that is the picture of the writer Suzan-Lori Parks. And she actually was a protege of James Baldwin. She was actually one of his proteges. And that's when I was like, James Baldwin? I was like, wait a minute, this is not a new play. And so we were Googling it or whatever, and we found out that Don Cheadle actually did this play back in, I think, 2001 or 2009, something like that. So so I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit again. I don't want to tell y'all too much. But it's a 2-man play. So this whole play, this whole play takes place. Okay. This whole place takes place. They play two brothers, and the whole play takes place in their apartment, in their one. It's not even a bedroom. It's like a studio apartment. Like it's all one open apartment. And there's so many themes. It's heavy. And there's so many themes that run through this play. You have sibling rivalry. You have dysfunction. You have parental neglect. You have drug abuse or alcohol abuse or what have you. You have domestic violence. You have violence. I mean, it's so good. And again, just to be able to, these two men hold your attention for the entirety of the play, it is just the two of them. They have monologues, and you learn through the play, you learn about their childhood and how they grew up and how they ended up where they ended up and how they ended up and why. And it's so good, y'all. It is so good. Like, it's really good. But I highly recommend it. If y'all have a chance, if you live in New York or New Jersey, I absolutely recommend this. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be there, but I know it's a limited engagement, so it's not going to be there long. But I absolutely recommend this. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, it's heavy though. There are going to be parts that's going to make you laugh. You definitely, if there's some comic relief. But it ain't a comedy. I'm gonna just say that it's not a comedy. So while we were there during intermission, y'all know I had to go to the bathroom, child. I always gotta go to the bathroom. If y'all don't know nothing about me, I'm gonna tell y'all now, I always have to go to the bathroom, no matter when, where, what, or how. I always gotta go to the bathroom. So I had to go to the bathroom. So when I was in the bathroom, waiting in line, and this young lady walks past me and she says, "Excuse me," she's very polite. And she got on this real cute Christian Dior like ski jacket. I said, "That is so cute. Little Christian Dior jacket. It's cute." Real Christian Dior, not Bishop Whitehead Christian Dior. Real Christian Dior. And as the person walks past me, I said, "That look like, So when I get back to my seat, my girlfriends were like, "Guess who's here?" I said, "Who here, girl?" And they said who it was. I said, "I knew that was her in the bathroom." I said, "I just saw her in the bathroom." So when the play was over, my My girlfriend Dee Dee, she got her phone like this trying to take a picture of her, right? I said, Dee Dee, just go ask her for a picture. I said, the worst she could say is no, but you sitting here creeping, getting a picture of her standing at her seat. Just go ask her. So we waited for the theater to be empty because I was like, if we walk up to her while the theater's full of people, she's going to probably say no because she may not want to have to take 5,000 pictures. So we waited for the theater to be empty. And then she walked up to her and she was like, she was very polite, my friend. She was like, do you mind if you take a picture? And so you could tell she was hesitant, but she wasn't rude. So she took the picture. So then my friend Leandra was like, well, can you take a picture with me? And again, she was hesitant. She was like, well, they get ready to put us out of here. Because again, nobody was in the theater but us. She was like, they get ready to put us out of here. And so rather than ask for a third picture, girl, I just jumped in my picture. I just jumped in the picture with my friend. I said, I'm not going to ask this woman to take another picture because at this point, we probably be pushing our damn luck. She's going to probably say no. She's going to probably say no. So rather than ask her for a third picture, I just jumped in. So you can see where I just jumped in the picture. So that is Naturi Naughton, who played Tasha St. Patrick, who was in 3LW. She played Tasha St. Patrick on Power. So that was us. And she was there by herself. She was there with like a friend of hers. But what it looked like she knew, I don't know, it was a guy that came out from the back and she knew him. And she was like, oh my gosh, that was so good. And they started having a conversation. And then as we were leaving, a bunch of people started walking towards the front and sitting in the front because we wanted to go outside and see if we could get a picture or get a signature of the guys. But as we were leaving, the writer, we ran into the writer again and she heard us talking. I said, they must be getting ready to have a class or something. All these people are going to the front of the stage. No, I said, no, that's not what I said. I said, oh, the actors must be getting ready to come out and meet them. And she was like, yeah, she heard us and she said, yeah, that's his class. She said, he's a professor at Clark Atlanta and that's his class that came up to see the play. So I don't know what part he had on the production. I don't know if he was the director. I honestly didn't ask, but I felt like that's so. Look, we tried to hang around a little bit because if the writer had said, "Do y'all want to stay?" We'd have sat our asses right down in that damn seat. But I was kind of waiting to see if she didn't ask us. So we left there. And then, child, we went and had a nightcap, honey, to just decompress. Because when I tell you that play leave a lot to talk about. It is a lot to talk about after that play. So that was my weekend, child. That was my New York weekend. I drove up on Friday. The drive wasn't that bad. There was a little bit of traffic, but overall the drive really wasn't that bad. We stayed in New Jersey because we couldn't get a decent. Last time when we went to see Paradise Square, we literally stayed at the hotel across the street from the Barrymore Theater. Like, we could see from our hotel room, we could see the front of the Barrymore Theater. But that hotel, their room rates were like triple what they were the last time. Like, they wanted like $500 a night. And I was like, the hell? No, not tonight. So we ended up staying in New Jersey. So once we decided we were going to stay in New Jersey, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to drive to New Jersey. I don't drive to New York because I'm not doing the traffic. It costs forever. It costs $1 million to park in New York. I don't like driving in New York. But the drive to New Jersey wasn't that bad. Coming back, the GPS tried to take me a different way. And, whenever the GPS takes you off the main route, you're never sure if they're taking you off the main route because there's an accident or something and they're detecting a shorter route. But I found that sometimes they take you on these little side roads, side streets, and unless the road is blocked and you can't, you have to detour all the way. I found that a lot of times it's easy to just stay on the road. But my GPS was being so insistent. It was being so insistent that I get off of this main road that I ended up getting off the road. And then I realized when I looked at the time, because they were like, you could save 30 minutes. I said, well, shit, if I could save 30 minutes. But then once I got off the road, I stopped and got gas. And when I got back in my car and I looked, I said, wait a minute. Not only am I no longer saving that 30 minutes, but now they done added an extra like 40 minutes. I said, let me get my ass back on that main road. So that sort of threw me off a little bit, but I still made good time. Now let me tell y'all this story before we get out of here, child. Let me tell y'all what happened that Friday night when we got there and we went to IHOP, child. Listen, this let you know things just ain't the same up north than they are down. Because even though, child, we consider the South down here too. So Leandra flew into Newark. So I picked her up from the airport, and by the time I picked her from the airport, child, the traffic at the airport was crazy and all that good stuff. By the time we got near the hotel, we hadn't eaten anything, and it was late. It was like 11 o'clock. So we was like, I said, well, there's an IHOP. I remember seeing an IHOP earlier. So we went to the IHOP. The IHOP closed at midnight. So I said, okay, well, we got time. It's 11. It's a few minutes after 11. So we got there about 11:15, right? So when we first got there and we asked, could we get a seat? The guy looks at his watch, right? Like, let me check the time before I let y'all sit down. Now, what I wish he had said was, well, we close at midnight. You're not going to really have a lot of time to eat. We probably would have got our food to go and just went on back to the hotel. And in hindsight, that's probably what we should have done because it was late. But I was thinking, well, we got 45 minutes. That's plenty of time to eat our food. So we ordered our food, and the lady was like, normally they come and get your drink and then they get your food. So when she came to get our drink order, she was like, can I just get y'all whole order? Because we close at midnight. I was like, no problem. I get it. So she bought us our food. She said, okay, I'm going to be in the back cleaning up. Is it okay if I just bring y'all check? I said, oh, okay, sure. Y'all, at 12 o'clock, damn near on the dot. Like, I was literally still chewing my food. She came over and was like, so we're getting ready to close. Can I get y'all a to-go plate? Can I get y'all a to-go container? Okay. Okay. So then she brings us to the to-go, and we give her our credit card to pay for dinner. And while Leandra is feeling, because Leandra ended up treating me, she was like, girl, you picked me up from the airport, so she ended up treating me to dinner. So while she was signing the thing and she was trying to figure out the tip, baby, they cut the lights off. Y'all, they cut the lights off while we were literally still sitting in our seats. She said, oh, well, we ain't got to worry about the tip. And she put it on the table and was like, let's go. I had to go to the bathroom because I just told y'all I always got to go to the bathroom. So I had to go to the bathroom. Baby, I went to go use the bathroom. It was pitch black. Pitch black. Like, I damn near had to put on the flashlight on my phone to see to the bathroom. I said, oh, y'all not. I really wish he would have, because here's the thing. I have been to restaurants before when they close. And yes, they do things to let you know they're closed. But I ain't never had nobody cut the lights off on me while I'm still sitting at my damn table. I ain't never had that before. I've had people say, we getting ready to close. Is it okay if I close out? Is it okay if I close out your tab? Like, I've had people say that to me before. I've had people say, I'm going to be in the back. We're going to start straightening up, but let me know if you need anything. Like, I've had that happen before. But I ain't never had nobody cut the lights off on me. Y'all, I was too through. I was too through. He should have just, and you know what, Tracy? That is exactly what he should have said. He should have said, I'm sorry, but the last hour we only do to go. And I wouldn't have even been mad. I honestly wouldn't have. Because like I said, it was already after 11. I had gone to work all day. Then I drove to New York. Then I picked her up from the airport. Then we got a little turned around leaving out the airport because Newark Airport. Listen, let me tell y'all something about Tracy. Listen. It's like a 4 or 5 lane highway. And they'll be like, literally, you'll be like, you'll be in lane 3, and they'll be like, take the exit now. You'll be like, the exit all the way over there? I gotta go across 3 lanes, a highway to get to that exit. Like the GPS be waiting until I said, what the hell? So anyway, we got a little turned around. But honestly, I really wish that's what he would have said. I really wish he would have said, well, you know, the last hour we only do to go. I wouldn't have even been mad at that baby. I would have put my order in, and I would have sat there. I probably would have went to the bathroom while I was waiting for my order. And when the food came, we'd have left, and we'd have went right on. We'd have checked on into the airport. I mean, Lord, I said airport. We'd have checked right on into that room, and we'd have ate our food, and we'd have went on about our business. Because we never did eat them leftovers. Didn't even eat the damn food. Don't do us. Well, don't do us. Had me cutting across 4 lanes of highway. I made an illegal U-turn, Lord, in the middle of the damn. Ooh, child. It was a lot. It was a mess. It was a mess. But baby, we had a good time. We had a good time. I'm just saying. But and it's funny because we ended up going to IHOP again. Not the same one, child. We didn't go to the same IHOP. But on the way out, when we were leaving Sunday, we went to a different IHOP. And I was like, ooh, it's like night and day. The experience was night and day. The IHOPs are 24 hours here too, below. Like it, I was surprised that the IHOP even closed because the IHOPs here. Listen, it wasn't until I went to college the first time I saw an IHOP that closed. When I went to Greensboro, North Carolina, and the IHOP closed, that was my first. I said I ain't never seen it because that was the whole thing about the IHOPs is that they stayed open all night. We would go to the IHOPs after parties. We would go to the IHOPs after we left the Go-Go's. Like that was our spot. We went to the IHOP because it was 24 hours a day. So I was shocked. That was where I was shocked, to be honest, in the beginning, was that it even closed early. I ain't never seen no mess like that. Ciao. Anyway, well, let me get out of here, y'all. At 6 o'clock, meet me over at TSF to talk about episode 8 of Power, Raising Canaan. Child, some things went down last night on that was unexpected. I ain't gonna lie, some stuff happened that I ain't see coming. But yeah, y'all. So I will talk to y'all later.